Parliament of Uganda has resolved to have regional meetings in 4 regions of the country. The information I have is that they are going to spend a minimum of 5 billion per sitting, implying that they are going to spend about 20 billion for the 4 sittings. Remember, this 20 billion is money which we are being told. But as far as we know, and how Parliament has been operating, especially in the 11th Parliament, when you hear of 20 billion, you know they will go another 30 to 40% ahead. Meaning that Parliament may spend another 30, 40, or even 50 billion in these outreach parliamentary sessions. This is a very serious matter for all the people of Uganda to attend to. Remember, the leader of the opposition, the Right Honorable Joel Senyonyi, has made a very clear observation that instead of Parliament holding regional meetings in 4 different regions and spending all this money, Parliament should carry on with whatever they have been doing in Kampala, or if they are moving out of Kampala, they should use their own resources. They should use their own vehicles, because their vehicles are fuel to do parliamentary work. They have housing allowances. They have allowance for themselves to sleep in their houses. Every day, Parliament is paid allowance as part of their allowances. They have money to cater for their feeding and so on. So they should just drive, come on all the meetings, go and sleep in their homes, or go and hire their own hotels without the people of Uganda getting into the bulk of another money or taxes being withdrawn to pay another meeting in the regions. What is my argument? Recently, Parliament of Uganda was struggling to just debate a scandal where 1.7 trillion shillings was spent erroneously, 1.7 billion rather. Recently, you are aware a number of parliamentarians who were arrested and taken to Luzira, allegedly for being involved in stealing public money. And where are evidences? You are also aware that as we speak now, there have been a huge case on the institution of Parliament, especially on the Speaker's office, where multi-billion of shillings are being spent unaccounted for, and which has even caused sanction internationally for the people who have been giving us support. Sanction to the Speaker. Now, how dare Parliament again to start calling for another money just to come and hold a meeting which will have no effect? Remember, they are going to have 2 or 3 days sitting. The way Parliament works, a particular item which is debated today can take 1 year or 2 years. If you introduce a bill today, it will take 2 or 3 years. If you bring a motion today, it will take a long period of time, meaning that they are sitting in Gulu or in Barara or in Mbale will not solve any immediate problem. Nothing. So what do the people of northern Uganda benefit? To say they are bringing it closer to us to see, are they going to ferry all the people of Alepton to Gulu to go and watch how they are debating? Are they carrying people from Zombo? Will they carry our people from Ayivu? Are they ferrying people from Kitgum to go and attend the session? It is not there. If we are going there, are we going to sit? Can we all go and sit around there to just watch that people are debating? Even what goes on in Parliament, people watch only on TVs. That is if they have access to. And it's the same thing. Those who have access to Parliament, to televisions, will be able still to see. So what are they bringing closer to the people? The service providers of Parliament are well defined. They don't come and buy local foods on the street. Parliamentarians cannot do that. The service provider will go and continue with his service in Gulu. All the money will be spent from the service provider, which is a legitimate service provider for Parliament as an institution of Uganda, which is already procured using the law.
Are you saying that there will not be any economic value in that coming to the people of Northern Uganda?
Absolutely nothing. Because everything which is being done in Parliament is already defined. It's already well defined by Parliament. Parliament as a special service provider. Parliamentary security is not going to be provided by the Gulu people. Parliament feeding is not going to be done by Gulu people. Parliament accommodation will be arranged prior by Parliament as an institution. And that may only benefit maybe one minister. Like Ilaronep, if they go to Goma, which is his hotel, or another minister, but nothing to do with the ordinary peasants. In any case, parliamentarians have no time to walk on the streets to go and buy your muchomo, to go and buy your chapat. No. They just remain in where they are, they carry on their debate there, and they go and sleep. There's no business there at all. So in terms of business, for me, my argument is that the 5 billion which they are going to spend, so now this is the opportunity for us, the people of Northern Uganda, to demand for this money from Karuma. And for me, I'm mobilizing the people of Lango, people of Acholi, and people of West Nile now to wait for their money up front, because that money is already allocated. We don't want it to go back to the treasury. We also don't want that money to go back for wastage. That money should be given to the people of Northern Uganda, so that at least each region can get 1.5, West Nile 1.5, Acholi 1.5, Lango 1.5, so that the local governments around can see what they can use to help their people. Number two, this is a time we are coming to demand from them. Why haven't they been debating the censor motion over the 1.7 trillion? Now that Parliament has come here, people in Kampala have protested straight away to Parliament. Now we are going to wait for them to protest. Why are they delaying over this debate? Why are they not debating this? One of the conditions is that when they are coming to Northern Uganda, they are coming to debate the censor motion. And they want the censor motion passed and those people censored. Because that's a key issue which we think Parliament should have done justice to the people of Uganda, because these people have looted our money. The third thing is, we are demanding that these people should now come up with a clear allocation of the money for the construction of a new bridge in Karuma, which is our key priority. And so before they cross over to Karuma, they must show us the document showing how much money they have allocated for the construction of Karuma Bridge, because that is the key and the most urgent matter which affects the ordinary people of Northern Uganda, which we would have wanted our members of Parliament to go and debate, to go and discuss, and to really tell us that we have allocated this amount of money. We are also assumingly made to know that a bit of repair of the Karuma Bridge, the current Karuma Bridge, is going to take 7 billion. That's what I was made to know by the executive director of Uganda National Road Authority. Now, if that is the case, we want to see how much has Parliament passed. Is it true the money has been passed? Is the work going on? Secondly, what about the money allocated for the construction of a new bridge? Because that bridge is going to kill millions of people and it is going to stop all our transactions. You see where we have suffered all this time when there's a temporary closure. So Parliament should make it clear and show us the document before they enter to sit in Gulu. They must show us the money we have allocated for reconstruction of new Karuma Bridge is here. Then we know they are coming to debate a serious matter. Other than that, I see no reason why they should come. But I'm not stopping them from coming. It is within the precinct or the right of the Speaker to allocate a sitting for the Parliament anywhere. But they are not going to spend the 5 billion. The 5 billion is now coming to Northern Uganda to benefit the people of Northern Uganda, so that we know that when they are coming here, at least we have something coming for us. And these are things which must be made clear. If not, we are going to join a serious protest against them. And I can tell you, I am prepared to command that protest against Parliament coming to Northern Uganda.
But they are permitted by the law to hold a meeting anywhere they wish.
Agreed. I have no problem for them to hold a meeting, but I'm giving them the conditions. The money they are going to spend is our taxpayers' money. That is not their money. We have already paid them as Parliament to do their work. That's why wherever they're sitting in Serena, they walk there. Wherever they're moving to Entebbe, they do move. using the allocation already there in Parliament. Not a new allocation is made like they are doing now. Because now they are making a new allocation, particularly for them to come to Gulu. And we are in full support of Honorable Joel Senyonyi, the leader of opposition. In any case, that is the day we are going to reward Senyonyi for being a true leader of the opposition, who has been highlighting clearly the corruption in Parliament.
Don't you think holding these regional meetings will give opportunity for the regions to push their issues directly to Parliament?
Parliament is defined as one entity. We have only one Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. And the region and all the members of Parliament from northern Uganda are sitting in Parliament. And they have every minute, every day, every hour, every session, every committee for them to represent us. Now, if they cannot do that in Parliament, they don't have that time even to do it in the region. It's not going to be a special occasion for them. In any case, even if they are to do it, that would mean it is not a Parliament anymore. Because Parliament of Uganda is only one. We don't have regional governments. We don't have regional parliaments. We have only the Parliament of Uganda and we have the district parliaments, which we call district councils. So there is nothing like regional government, regional parliament. Regional parliament does not exist. Even what they are debating is not a matter of region. They are debating a national importance of Uganda. Anywhere they sit.
So according to you, it makes no sense for Parliament to come to all these regions?
It is totally senseless. It is baseless. It is useless. It is redundant. It is just a trick which the current Parliament is again using to divert the focus of the people from them debating serious issues in Parliament, but for them to also spend more money again. You know, this Parliament has been a very tricky Parliament. The 11th Parliament has been the only Parliament where they create all the opportunity to look for money. And they create anything to look for money. That's why every time you find them running around, we are coming to consult on this, we are coming, things which do not happen even in the past. The reason is they want to create opportunity for them to look for money to benefit a few people. So them coming to northern Uganda is not worth at the moment where the country is in crisis. Let me tell you, we the people of northern Uganda have been heavily deprived. We remain the poorest region in the country. And we are the people who have not benefited anything from government as far as by measure of health where other regions.
Maybe that is the reason why they started with
No, they are coming here, is still moving elsewhere. They are still moving to Bwale, they are still going to Mbarara, they are going to everywhere. What we are saying is that our members of Parliament should be fighting hard in the House of Parliament to bargain for our share, to bargain for the development of northern Uganda, to bargain for the compensation of the animals which were taken all round and we have not been paid up to date. It is in Parliament. To bargain for reconstruction of a Karuma Bridge, to bargain for resources that can uplift the standard of living of the people of northern Uganda, but not to be coming wong here for 2-3 days and then they go back. As I've told you, the debate in Parliament does not take 1 day or 2 days. Any single matter introduced today takes a year or even 4 years to be debated. Are they going to appropriate money there? Remember, they have already appropriated the money for spending this year. So there is no any new adjustment for the budget again, for the financial year going up to 2025. There's nothing. So what additional thing are they bringing forth? Nothing. The only thing they are bringing forth is that they are going to increase more money for their own, for their own benefit. So we are saying they are free to come because the law allows them to sit anywhere which they decide. But the money which they are allocating, the 5 billion, must remain in northern Uganda in the open envelope. Number 2, this time they could come and show us how far they have managed the 1.7 trillion which has been swindled by the commissioners of Parliament. Number 3, we want to see how much money has been allocated for Karama Bridge before they cross. Otherwise, we are going to protest, just like people have been protesting in Kampala about the corruption in Parliament. In fact, we are happy. We are happy that they have come closer to us to express our grievances to them, because we could not walk from here up to Kampala. Now we are going to walk from here up to Karoma round to wait for them. And they should be made aware that we are going to protest against their coming on things which have been going in Parliament wrongly, which we don't believe in and we don't support.
So your major concern is the money that will be spent in this regional parliament?
The money which is being spent in this regional parliament and the time which they are wasting, time of the people which they are wasting because they should have done a lot of work in Kampala. And then also the way Parliament is managing affairs of the country. So we are totally not comfortable with it.
I've been listening to debates over the radio, like this morning on the major program on Voice of Lango. Majority of the phone callers, almost more than 90%, are against the coming of the parliamentarians for this regional parliament. Now, why do you think most people are against this?
Let me be honest to you. Our members of parliament do not listen to their voters. In any case, they are supposed to take decisions based on the wishes and the will of the people. When the people say we don't want this, it means there is something wrong. Number one, the level of poverty in our region here is very high. Number two, the way Parliament has been misusing public money with evidences. You know, it's the first time where you're having all the 5 members of Parliament arrested and they're in Luzira over corruption, over stealing public money. According to the principle of Parliament, when I was in the 8th Parliament, the principle of Parliament says, eyes on, hands off. A member of Parliament just sees the money by allocating it. When you allocate this is 20 billion going for this, that's all you see. But you don't touch. Now members of Parliament go and bargain from the Minister of Finance for amount of money to be given to them to pass a budget. This is irregular. Commissioners go and make a money to pay for them, to reward themselves. It is irregular. It has never happened. Now, members of Parliament now create money. Now, we are going to sit in North. Let's create 5 billion for us to go there and enjoy. This is not what we used to do. That should have come out a long time ago from the Parliamentary Commissioner's budget. But this is not there. Now they are just creating new money for them to come and waste and spend and so on and enjoy. And first of all, let me tell you, if you have not been debating in Parliament, you think 2 days now you can come and talk?
No, they're home.
Are they going to speak in Lango or in Acholi or in Lugbara? Parliament uses the same English. Parliament uses the same idea you had. So if you are not able to say a word in Parliament, I can tell you cannot come and speak even in Gulu. In fact, coming to speak in Gulu is more intimidating because now you are going to break your English there and people will be watching live around when you are home. If I was a member of Parliament, I would rather speak there, my rubbish in Parliament, so that many people don't see. Because this time they are going to relay them locally on local radios everywhere, and people will be listening, which is more dangerous to them. You know? So, there is nothing they are coming to do. The 2 days is nothing. You know, there are a lot of issues. In fact, the key topic, if they are coming to Northern Uganda to discuss, is about corruption. Because the money which Parliament has been corrupting or stealing is what is annoying many people in Uganda. So, and all the ordinary citizens are very annoyed and very frustrated. The fact that Parliament, that should have been the one to protect their money, to protect them, their resources, to help them access things, to develop them. It is the same Parliament that is now misappropriating the money.
So instead of wasting time coming for this regional parliament, they should have just sat down and censored these parliamentary commissioners. Is that what you think?
They should have answered the calls of the people of Uganda. The key call of the people of Uganda today is Parliament must fight its corruption first before stealing more money. That is the key issue. That's why people are protesting in Kampala. And that's what we are coming to protest on them when they come here. Because our priority is first make sure that you clean yourself. The money which you have been stealing, the money which has been disappearing, clean your name. The second issue is that we have a lot of problems. Roads are not movable. Anywhere in Uganda you cannot move. Just move now that is raining in Lao region. Going to Kirere, I don't know how the people are moving there. Going to Amolata, they are serious. We have ferries not working. You know, we have all the roads blocked. Karuma Bridge is not working. You know, we have so many problems. Agricultural people cannot produce because we don't have inputs, we don't have what? Education is too high, the cost is too high, health services is too expensive. That's where people want the money to go.
Maybe those are the issues that they are...
No, they have... Ongora, if these people have not been able to debate this for the last 3 years, do you think they can debate it in 2 days, 2 days, or 3 days? Do you think so? In any case, do you know what the scope of the time for Parliament to debate? They are going to debate from 2 to 5. That's 4 hours. Can you discuss all the problems we have in Lango here or in northern Uganda here in 3 days when you have 5 years to debate them?
But now it is resolved that they are coming for regional parliament.
Nothing. There's no regional parliament. I'm still repeating to you. The resolution of Parliament in Uganda is for only one parliament. There's nothing like regional parliament. We don't have regional governments. In fact, if these people were realistic and they were members of parliament, they should have been pushing for what I started when I was in the 8th parliament. Push for the operationalization of the regional tier government. So that you have regional governments, you have regional parliaments, and then the other main parliament can sit in Kampala. And some of these, by the way, this representative would have gone there. If these people want to come for regional meetings, they should have gone to regional parliament. Maybe when they talk from their local language here, and nobody would actually abuse them, and their issue would be taken to parliament where I would sit and discuss their issues. Because now they have demonstrated that they cannot sit in the national parliament. So they should have fought now hard to fight to operationalize regional government so that we have regional parliament where they can sit. So when they sit, they discuss their local issues. Yeah, you know, the other day there was a storm in my village. Then we collect from there and we take it to the main parliament. And that would have worked much better. In fact, to me, that's a key proposal, which the current parliament should work on, because their capacity really, as you can monitor, is basically to debate local issues. We already have regional parliaments here. Do you know what regional parliament constitutes here already? These local parliaments. We already have councillors. When the district council sits and they make resolutions, let me give you an example. The district councils of all northern Uganda sat in Omoro when the late Jacob Olaya died. They took decisions. And this decision was supposed to be taken to the main parliament to be debated. Where I said, God, have you ever heard Parliament of Uganda debating the resolutions that were taken by the district councils of northern Uganda? Nothing. So what is their relevance? Their relevance apparently is not there. Now this is just a show or a poster that we are members of parliament. By the way, it has become very difficult for members of parliament to work in their regions, in their districts, when their heads are high. Because in some areas, people look at them as thieves. In some areas, you say, who is he? See, because you can only be approved to be a member of parliament when they see you legislating seriously on matters that affect the people. And in parliament. Not within the villages here. But when you see members of parliament running around the villages to go and give Kidogo for burial and so on, nobody think about members of parliament anymore. Because they are not legislators. They are now only representatives. Legislators are supposed to make laws, are supposed to make budgets, are supposed to monitor that the budget put is working on the right priorities which were put. Now, this is not happening. So my view is that instead of members of parliament wasting time, our resources, and also trying to show off that they are members of parliament to the local people to know, the best thing they should do, let them maintain themselves in Kampala, keep doing nothing there, so that when that time comes, they can be overhauled. People who can do it can go. But if they are so eager to be seen to be members of parliament, let them now go and operationalize the provision of the constitution to create regional governments or regional tier governments, so that these people can go and sit in Gulu. They can relocate from Gulu and sit in Lira. They can move from Lira, go to Arua, where they can speak their local language and discuss their local issues, but they leave national issues to members of parliament who shall go and sit in Kampala.
So, according to you, there is nothing good at all in these regional cities?
Absolutely nothing, apart from wastage.
Thank you for watching Lango News Channel. Please subscribe for more updates.